This one right here, she is just, she out of control, bro. She's crazy as cat shit.
Many of us was taught to grow up dreaming of my wedding, not of my life. And I spent many years dreaming of my wedding.
Preach to the choir.
And also waiting to be chosen. Well, here's the thing. I'm the chooser. And I can choose to get married if I want to, but in the meantime, I am choicefully single, happily, gloriously single.
As a 52-year-old childless woman, I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count, I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunties, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Tracee Ellis Ross.
I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. Mm-hmm. Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous? Mm-hmm. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
So more bird babble. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the bird babble Hall of Fame today. Like, yo, you hear some of these women talking, you wonder, can you hear yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, just some of the stuff she said, like, and the thing is the reinforcement that they get from all these other women, because women love these little catchphrases. You know what I'm saying? They love these little yeah. Shut the fuck up. You're encouraging this bullshit. Dude, what are we talking about? She's making no sense. I'm the chooser. First of all, that attitude, that big-headedness, that cockiness, I'm the chooser. You choose each other at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. You know what I'm saying? Women, yeah, you do choose initially. You get to choose initially who you choose, who you refuse. Initially, that's all yours. But as far as what's going on in the relationship, the facilitation of the relationship, the tempo of the relationship, the level of seriousness, you don't control none of that shit. That's why y'all are so damn angry. Because you can't use, all your adornments, as Farrakhan will call them, to get men to do what it is that you want them to do. You are failing. And instead of just saying, okay, I'm failing, maybe I need to try something else, you go through all this dumb shit. Then she goes in the next clip, she talks about how, well, childless women mother the world and we don't have to have no babies. Nobody said you did. What the fuck up? Nobody cares. You don't have to have a baby. Okay, that's fine. And normally the people who are talking about how, why you ain't got no kids and pressuring you are other women. You understand? Like, that's who's really doing it. Why she ain't got no babies? Men don't give a fuck. We're glad, usually if we meet a new woman, she don't have no babies because that creates an easier environment for us to cultivate whatever the case may be. But they start talking about how we don't have to push out no babies because we mother the world again.
More of this, or actually, should I say, more Guitar Hero?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, dude,
it's got to feel good. It's got to feel good because they won't stop.
That's what I'm saying. What does that have to do with anything? Is my question. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, fine, whatever. Anything, they will do anything. They will die. They will die and go to hell before they admit, hey, maybe there's something that I need to work on myself. They'll die and go to hell before they say that. Again, the same results over and over and over and over again. And she starts talking about toxic masculinity in the last clip, and that's why she dates younger guys. You date younger guys because, one, a lot of them younger dudes, they kind of look up to you. You know, you're an actress. You know, you're established in the industry. A lot of them are starstruck. They're not particularly financially stable or, you know, set like you are or whatever the case may be. So they look to you. You're in a position of dominance with the younger guys. And the older guys,
and they want to clap cheeks.
That's it. They want to clap.
Let's play about it.
And you up here talk about how much more wonderful the younger guys are. The younger guys just want some ass. They ain't married your ass yet either. You understand? And you say that you want a wedding. And I mean, dude, you sitting up there with your lazy bone braids and shit, and you think that men find this attractive. What are you doing? You talking a gang of shit that you got some lazy bone braids. What are we doing? The jokes just write themselves after a while, bro. I'm just saying, no shade, but in order for you to be talking that kind of shit like she talking all this big bad Leroy Brown with titty shit that she talking, bruh, you have to be desirable to the men that you're claiming that you're rejecting. They're looking past you, sis. That's what it is. That's the long and short of it. They're looking past you because they're younger, more attractive, more fit, more feminine women available. At least the other women we talked about earlier, at least they were feminine. This woman, she a little rough. I don't know, bro. What y'all say? Maybe I'm tripping.
I was just writing a list about. I was writing a list because I was going to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Tracee Ellis Ross, Jennifer Lopez, Lisa Jones, Tiffany Haddish.
Who's Lisa Jones? Who's Lisa Jones?
Leslie Jones, I think.
Leslie Jones. I'm sorry. Leslie Jones. Yeah. Leslie Jones. And Tiffany Haddish.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Eartha Kitt, Pam Grier, Felicia Rashad, Nia Long, Dorothy Dandruff. Do y'all see the difference?
Yes.
Do you see this? I think a lot of women don't understand, and I've said this so many times. Mm-hmm. Your femininity is so powerful.
Yes.
Like the more feminine you are, the less you have to speak. It also, your femininity, it puts off an aura that makes you very intriguing. This is why men like to gravitate to feminine women, because they have an intriguingness to them that sparks curiosity of men of value. When you have these women, Tracee Ellis Ross going around here, and she was in the Kanye video, yeah, you dating this white woman, you don't want all this black ass, and all this other shit she was doing. And then you got Jennifer Lopez, look at my ass and this and that. All of these women, Leslie Jones, same thing, Tiffany Haddish. All of these women exude masculine energy. Yes, this is one of the reasons why a lot of men kind of veer away from that, especially the type of quality men that you want, because you're a high earner woman. You want somebody more high earner than you. High earning men, they don't want to be in a goddamn sword fight with no goddamn woman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I come home, I want peace, femininity relaxes me, the energy. This is why people don't understand why that image of the black woman putting her hand on the face of a lion, on the head of a lion, and the lion just sits there in calmness. Yeah. Because a powerful feminine woman, her energy will calm the beast of all beasts. That's why these men want a feminine woman at home, because when you go out there and the world is attacking you as a man, and you have all of this stuff as a man on your shoulders, the minute you come in that house, all she says, baby, relax. Put you down in the chair, get your shoes, your slippers, your food, and you do whatever you need. She brings you a beer. Boom. You're in heaven. Yeah. Man, nobody want to come home to a woman that say, oh, yeah, well, that's what you did. Okay, well, I did this and I did that. Like, why are we in competitiveness with each other? Facts. I feed off of you, you feed off of me. Why do I need to be in an argument with you. And this is why you have a lot of guys that are high earners that make that mistake and get with these so-called aggressive masculine women. And guess what they're doing? They're telling, oh, honey, I got to be at the office for another 3-4 hours. And they're banging the receptionist.
Who's
they
feminist?
got other lives outside. So yeah, they'll pay for your lifestyle, but I'm going to fuck this other woman because she brings peace. And I'm going to spend more time with her than I spend more time with you. And when I come home, I'm going to give you an attitude and I'm going to give her the world and my peaceness because she brings the peace in me. So there's so many different dynamics to that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about your femininity and the power behind it. So when you move in a masculine way, you're going to get masculine results.
Facts. There you go. You hit on something there. Before Bobby Cook, I just want to make sure I really present this how it's supposed to be presented. Let's keep in mind that this woman, she's not only very masculine, very toxic, but when she attempts to appear feminine, she always overdoes it. And she presents herself like this. You understand what I'm saying? That right there, I don't think women get this yet. It's like it's some type of cognitive disability that a lot of women have. They don't get that when you present yourself like this, the likelihood of you finding a good quality dude.
Keep that pick on stem. I'm going to ask for you to pull that back up in a second.
The likelihood of finding a good quality dude when you present yourself like this, it lessens significantly. Go ahead, Bobby.
That's thirst trapping for YNs. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah. Fact. She looks ridiculous.
So, first and foremost, I always want all the smoke, but I'm also a highly accomplished big game hunter.
Yeah.
I have no problems with pulling out the double barrel rifle and putting a cap in the pink elephant in the room. I got no issue with that. I slay them too.
Go ahead with it.
If anyone had any doubts or were not aware, but if you are getting the applause and attaboys or you go girls of both Harpo and Kama Sutra,
facts. That's a red flag.
Under the same roof, that right there is probably, you're not going to get a bigger, more obvious sign. The next step is for it to be the Hollywood billboard sign in neon pink and green lights. That is a surefire sign that you are on the highway to hell. And I'm not quoting the song. I'm saying no. You are headed straight to the other gate, not the pearly gates, the fiery gates.
Yeah, you are.
You cannot possibly be on the right track in life. That's how you know you're on the. If you ever were curious, if you lost your GPS, am I on the right path in life? Let me see who's cheering for me. Harpo?
Yeah.
Throw that thing in a whole 180. That's the first thing. And also, as always, because it's been consistent.
Yeah.
If you take a look at shout out to Jason Black. He called this out not too long ago as well, too, when it comes to Harpo. Yes. If you look at the audience that was showcased in that clip.
Yeah.
You see all the Metamucil mamas clapping it up. All these ancient, shriveled, prune juice sipping, help, I've fallen and I can't get up, life alert ladies. Those are the ones you see clapping it up.
Yeah.
All of them single. I'm relatively certain there's a slim population of women in that crowd that have men, and I'm pretty positive of the ones who are married, those would not be the men that women would be beating down their doors for. Those are more than likely the yes dear men.
Facts. Yeah.
The men who will send a woman into early menopause and just make her ovaries shrivel up like raisins in the sun. So again, winners, attitudes and mindsets are contagious. If you want to be a winner, you got to hang with winners. If you want to become rich, hang with rich people. They say if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a new room, a smarter room to be in. So you're the dumbest person in the room. When you see a room full of losers, it don't matter how loud they're cheering and applauding. That's not the room you want to be in because you're going to be the next loser up.
Yeah. All facts.
That was that. Next thing I want to say is the reason why you have so many of these women, because you saw it in the clips from before as well too.
Yeah.
The reason why there's so much cognitive dissonance, and this is where my empathy and my sympathy and compassion kicks in. The reason why you have so much of this hard, aggressive, standoffish attitude towards reality is because you have to understand what you saw in the J-Lo clips with the audience and everything else. Women have been getting that from childhood. They've been spoon-fed a steady dose of coddling, of fairy tales and mythology, all the wrong advice for life.
Disney
and at
shit.
no point have they ever had a course correction. When you're a child, they tell you about the Easter Bunny, they tell you about Santa Claus, and at some point, one way or the other, as a child, if you find out that this isn't real, you go through your little mini breakdown. What do you mean the tooth fairy isn't real? Yeah, you heard it for a few weeks, but you get over it. But no one has ever bothered to clear that up for these women. And so they have literally been allowed, remember, this is upbringing. This is your foundational moments. They have literally been allowed to build a foundation, to build their homes on a bedrock of bullshit. And the first time they start realizing something is wrong, is when they're full-blown adults trying to go ahead and act on what they've been given, only to find out, yeah, you got ripped off. Sorry about that, sis.
Facts.
And that's why the resistance is so strong. When you see the women that were raised by solid men that weren't given that BS, you find that most of them are already living this stuff. They can't relate to women like this, and they're already getting results.
Facts.
Because they have a different background. It is important that fellas, because you know the women aren't going to do this. Fellas, you need to be there for your children, and when it comes to your girls, stop raising these spoiled ass daddy's girls and start raising women who are able to be co-workers with their significant others. Not competitors, but they're not dependent, but they are codependent.
Yeah.
Well, they're interdependent is the word. They're not completely depending on a man. They're self-sufficient, but they're able to come together and partner and build with a man. And so there isn't this going on right here. The last thing that I want to say is regarding this picture, because the way she poses, that was perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better example. More than ever nowadays, you're seeing a whole bunch of these stud sisters, these lesbian sisters out here.
Yeah.
And it's been trendy on a number of occasions, these women who are known as sneak eggplanting, I want to be politically correct for YouTube, where they go out and they're full-blown studs, they dress like dudes, they like Benny Fresh, Boosie, and everybody else, but especially attractive ones they're still physically attracted to men, they're out here still linking up with dudes and everything. And you got a lot of dudes showing appreciation for the women. Man, dang, I know she look like a dude, but man, she fine, whatever. And a lot of women give pushback on this, and they keep on accusing these dudes, you must be homosexual, you must be gay. She's acting like a man. Why does that attract you? Here's the thing. I don't know if this has occurred to anybody, but here's the thing. Maybe more than ever, we have men who are openly praising and attracting and drooling over these studs that have bodies because the allegedly heterosexual female counterparts of these women, their behaviors and mannerisms are masculine. I have seen a number, I don't know if there's a textbook where they pass or a pamphlet they pass out, but I've seen a number of these studs out here posing for these challenges and these pics thirst trapping for dudes. Take pics exactly like that. They got their pants on, they got their tatas duct taped down, whatever the case may be. They got their beaters on, they whatever. This exact pose.
Yeah.
So if you're calling a man or presuming that he might be playing for the team because he's attracted to masculine women who are studs, what does it say about you with your masculine mannerisms wanting that man to be attracted to you? There's very little difference.
Well said. Okay. All right, bro. Hey, look, I can't argue with that. This is where we are, though. Conversations 2020.